Like even as a kid, like before I could even read, I read everything backwards because that's where the horoscopes were in the back of the magazine. So something always, I was drawn to it without realizing that I was drawn to it. I would say when I was a kid, I would type a lot. Like anybody that knows me now knows I type crazy fast. When I was a kid, that's how I used to talk to God. Like I used to pray by typing. Like if I don't know, maybe in my head I thought I was typing, but I would sit there and say, "Dear God, da 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 da." So I always had a spiritual relationship with God, I think. And I would do tarot. I got my first deck that I'm gonna show you. This is my favorite deck that I use a lot. It's called the Symbolon deck. So it has pictures. It's not the regular tarot that, everybody would memorize each card. So when I first went to buy this deck, the lady tried to sell me a different one and it didn't feel right. Like I was just like, I don't want that one. And when I picked this one, it felt good. So I had it for about 2 years before all of this. So what happened was after the pandemic, over here we were locked in from March to about June. So my best friend that I lived with at the time, she would make me read her cards. And I found myself pushing it away and saying, like, I don't really want to do that, da 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 da. And when she would make me read her cards, I would automatically, like, my voice would project, I would get louder. Like it was obvious that I had a gift for it, but I wasn't confident in it because I was only reading my friends. So I was like, whatever, I know their situation. So the wildest experience I had was this summer in Florida. A friend of mine, she's an international yoga teacher, and she's been to like Bali. She's been all over the world doing yoga. So she forced me to go live. Like we were on vacation, and she said, "Why don't you just go live and we'll do the cards?" And I was doing a reading for someone, a total stranger, and I felt like something touched me on my back. Like I felt like an angel or a spirit was behind me and like just touched me. And I wanted to freak out. When I tell you that I wanted to cry, like all my hairs are standing up now talking about it. And the girl, I noticed she started crying during the reading. This is the total stranger, and everything I was saying to her was on point. And that really built my confidence because I was like, wow, like I thought I was only memorizing cards or, doing it for my friends. So I think doing it for strangers that summer and seeing so many people's reaction, and a lot of men come to me for readings, and that makes me happy because I know that guys aren't in tune with their emotions as much or care, or they may not believe in it as much. And one big thing that I have to tell people is that my readings, I'm not an average tarot reader where people want to know the bad things that's going to happen and the tea and this and that. Mine is called divine intervention because my goal is to set you right on your path. You know what I mean? So if I give you a reading, I'm not going to be like, oh, that such and such that lives next door, they're probably doing this. Like my divine intervention is not for gossip. It's not for negativity. It's not for anything but making you realize that you have the power to get back on your path.
Mhm. And I've seen you reading and you curse people sometimes a lot, like, do this, wake up, go ahead, follow your path. So move on. So it's about progress, it's about
Right.
development, it's about making people be who they are destined to be, right? In
Yes,
a way.
alignment, because we're all great people. Even the worst of people you could think of are meant to be great. We all kind of just got lost on this path with everything that we're thrown at. Like before we come into this lifetime, like with you, you're a great communicator. So I believe that everything is based on our chakras. Are you familiar with chakras?
I
So
heard about it. I don't know the deep, yeah.
okay, so we have chakras, right? And those are our main centers. We have to clear those chakras. We have to use those chakras because over time, that's where sickness builds up. So now you might have came into this lifetime and said, I'm going to use my